Well, good morning, everybody. It's Rob here in Bakersfield. I'm on the 2013 Sportster 72. I'm heading off to work. My first ride on the bike back to work since having the surgery. I'm finally having some decent weather. So we'll see how this goes. It has been a while since I have ridden to work. And it is a little cool out this morning, but there's no fog and no rain. It's not that cold. It's cold enough that the shield's fogging up. And I've tried that windshield defogger stuff, it don't work. I've not tried one of those pin shields or whatever that go on the inside. So I've heard mixed reviews on them. Some people like them, some people don't. That's on my wish list of things to buy and try. So, while we're riding along here, I think I'll give you another one of my little stories of my rebellious teenage youth and our escapades down in Tijuana. On another one of our little trips, where we all piled into cars and caravan down the border between San Ysidro and Tijuana, which is on the southern border of San Diego County, California. We went in and we actually got down there early that day and it was still daylight. And there was a whole bunch of us. Some of the guys I knew didn't know that well. But most of us were a group of guys that had gone to high school together and hung out at the beach together. So anyways, we're at the one bar and we're down there drinking. No problems at all. And all of a sudden, everybody decides, well, they want to go to another bar. Well, I still got half a beer. And I had seen people out, walking down the streets drinking beer and having open containers out on the street. So I didn't think it was illegal. Didn't think there was anything wrong with that. So I go walking out of the bar. Jesus. I gotta get used to riding this bike again. I go walking out of the bar with half a beer in my bottle in my hand. Then I get about halfway down the block with the guys, and all of a sudden, these two short little shit Tijuana cops come up, grab me on each hand, on each arm, one on each side. And they're at least a foot shorter than I am. I mean, I was 6'2" in high school. So they're talking to me in Spanish, and I didn't understand a word they're saying. And I'm telling them I don't understand a word they're saying. They're not speaking any English. Well, then they start to try and pull me along with them down the street. Well, I jerked back and I said, no, I'm not going with you. Well, they tried to grab me again. I just pushed their hands away. And we're having this little hand slap contest going on where they're trying to grab a hold of me and I'm telling them no, and they're saying stuff in Spanish. Well, out of the background of our crowd steps one of these guys that I didn't know. He steps up and flashes an Oceanside Police Department retired officer's badge, or not retired, but reserve officer's badge. And it says something to him in Spanish. So they let go and he puts his arm around my shoulder and says, come on, Rob, let's go. Let's get out of here. So I go walking off with him. Of course, the cops had taken the bottle of beer. So we go walking on down the sidewalk, getting away from the cops. And he says, don't look back, just keep walking, let's get out of here. And I said, well, what'd you say to them? He said, I told them that I was an undercover cop and we'd been tailing you and we've been looking to arrest you for smuggling across the border. And I asked them to turn you over to my custody and I'd take you back to across the border to California to stand charges, and so they let you go. Of course, none of that was true. So he and I got down around the corner, and I thanked him for getting me out of that mess, because apparently they had probably thought that I was in the service because of my haircut and my size. I mean, I looked a lot older than what I was. And, you know, they were real keen on locking servicemen up and basically holding them for ransom. You know, get a couple $1,000s in bail and fines and stuff to get them back to base. So that's probably what they were going to do with me. So I would have probably spent the weekend in jail with no way to get out, because I sure as heck wouldn't have called my parents. I'd have been in big trouble. Because if you watched my Throwback Thursday, you'll recall that I was across the border illegally on my older brother's ID. I was only 17. You had to be 18 to cross the border and drink. So that was just another one of those little escapades I had down there across the border where I almost got arrested. And thankfully, an Oceanside Police Reserve officer who was a part of our group had gotten me out of it. Well, he and I became friends after that. He was actually joining our car club that I belonged to. I belonged to a car club called the Gear Lords, and we raced out of Carlsbad Raceway. And he was being brought in to join our club and race with us out of Carlsbad Raceway. And it turned out to be a really nice guy. We became fast friends. And even after we quit going down to TJ to go drinking, and we started drinking down at the beach down at the foot of Tyson Street, south of the pier in Betty's parking lot, he continued to be a part of our group, but he had to kind of stay out of sight so he didn't get in trouble with the police department, because they weren't really happy with us. But that's a story for another time. I think I'm going to concentrate on riding here a bit. And I'll let you all go. And I might bounce back in here later on. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any lane splitting this morning, because I can feel my shoulder already acting up a little bit. You know how it feels like you got a stabbing pain in there, you know? So I'll have to take it easy and be careful. Talk at you later. Well, I got a CHP back there. And there he goes. I got a plug wire came off. How in the hell did that happen? So I'm only running on one cylinder right now. Yeah, what the heck did I do with the lock for that? You know what? I forgot to bring it. Oh well. Okay, well there you have it. My first ride to work after surgery. Had a little bit of troubles along the way, trying to learn how to ride the bike again. And my plug wire coming off. Why that came off, I don't know. Somebody must have messed with it somewhere along the line, because it gets on there tight. And I don't hurt too bad, just a little bit. So I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Dumb shit. Okay, well, let's see if these assholes allow me to lane split or not. You didn't make it. And here we are, successfully made it home alive. Phew. See y'all later. Bye-bye.